the importance of knowing that the mainstream media lies about vaccines cannot be overstated. In recent years, the topic of vaccines has become increasingly polarized, with some people fervently advocating for their use and others vehemently opposing them. However, amidst this debate, one thing has become clear. The mainstream media often presents a biased and misleading view of vaccines. This can have serious consequences, as people rely on the media for information to make informed decisions about their health. One of the primary ways in which the mainstream media distorts the truth about vaccines is by exaggerating their safety and effectiveness. While vaccines have been proven to be a powerful tool in preventing the spread of infectious diseases, they are not without risks. Like any medical intervention, vaccines can cause side effects, some of which can be serious. However, the mainstream media often downplays or ignores these risks, presenting vaccines as universally safe and effective. This can lead people to underestimate the potential dangers of vaccines and to overlook the importance of informed consent. For example, the media often cites the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) as a trusted source of information on vaccine safety. However, the CDC has been criticized for its close ties to the pharmaceutical industry, which manufactures vaccines. This conflict of interest can lead to biased research and recommendations that prioritize the interests of the industry over those of the public. Furthermore, the CDC has been accused of withholding information about vaccine risks and side effects, which can further erode trust in the agency and a media that relies on it for information. Another way in which the mainstream media distorts the truth about vaccines is by perpetuating misconceptions about vaccine opponents. People who question the safety and effectiveness of vaccines are often characterized as anti-vaxxers who are driven by irrational fears and misconceptions. However, this stereotype is far from accurate. Many people who question vaccines do so because they have done their own research and have concerns about the potential risks and side effects. They may also be motivated by a desire to protect their children from what they see as an overly aggressive and one-size-fits-all vaccination schedule. The media's portrayal of vaccine opponents as irrational and misinformed can have serious consequences. It can lead to the marginalization and exclusion of people who have legitimate concerns about vaccines, making it more difficult for them to access accurate and unbiased information. This can also create a culture of fear and intimidation, in which people are reluctant to speak out about their concerns or to question the dominant narrative about vaccines. In addition to exaggerating the safety and effectiveness of vaccines, the mainstream media also often fails to provide balanced coverage of vaccine-related issues. For example, the media may report on the benefits of vaccines in preventing the spread of infectious diseases, but they may neglect to mention the potential risks and side effects. They may also fail to provide a platform for vaccine opponents to express their concerns and to present their perspective on the issue. The importance of knowing that the mainstream media lies about vaccines is that it highlights the need for critical thinking and media literacy. People need to be able to evaluate the information they receive from the media and to distinguish between fact and fiction. They need to be able to recognize biases and conflicts of interest, and to seek out alternative sources of information that can provide a more balanced and nuanced view of vaccine-related issues. Ultimately, the debate over vaccines is complex and multifaceted, and it cannot be reduced to simple soundbites or slogans. People need to be able to engage in informed and respectful discussions about vaccines, taking into account the potential benefits and risks. By recognizing the ways in which the mainstream media distorts the truth about vaccines, we can begin to create a more nuanced and balanced conversation about this important issue. We can work to create a culture that values critical thinking and media literacy, and that prioritizes the health and well-being of individuals and communities.